All right, my friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you can see me and I hope you can hear me the right way. Let me know in the comments. Super late, super late. But I haven't done any videos lately. Actually, I've been trying to record for the last 7 days almost. Tomorrow's going to be almost 7 days since I've been trying to record, and I just haven't had the opportunity. I've been super busy. I mean, just ridiculous busy, working like crazy, as you guys know. But I wanted to take a time. I wanted to take time to answer this question because one of you guys asked me, and I wanted just to address this in some kind of way. Now, if you want to support the channel, make sure you subscribe to the family channel. The family channel is going to be linked down below, the Rosado Bunch, and you guys could see some of the things that I do as a family, kind of like a different side of me, not just this survival guns and all this stuff. There's more to life than guns, by the way. So if you guys want to see that, definitely check it out down below. My boy just got 5 stitches on his face, actually from here to here, kind of bad, and I'm gonna be doing updates on my family channel about that. I see some of you guys in the comments. It's getting kind of late, but I wanted to come here and talk about open carry because one of you guys asked me that question. Let me bring the comments up here, and then I'm gonna give you some thoughts. Like I said, I haven't been able to record because I've been busy. Matt, sexy man of the man, is in the house. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you here. Gregory's in the house. Mateo is in the house. Let me open the comments here so I could see. Actually, okay. Carry one in the chamber, no doubt. Gary's in the house. Where you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Rooster P2, I haven't seen you in a while too. Couple of guys here. Like I said, it's kind of late, but you know what? My wife went to sleep. The baby's sleeping. The boy's watching TV, and I say I'm gonna come into the room and I'm gonna just talk about open carry. Now, some of you guys do open carry, some of you guys don't. I have done open carry, not a lot. When I was in North Carolina, not a lot, and the reason why I dig it, Mateo, no doubt, Mateo. The boy has 5 stitches to his face. Oh man, I'm gonna talk about in the family channel about that situation, man. That was a really bad situation, and believe it or not, I love how we always talk about criminals being protected and people, the bad guys being protected. And believe it or not, it's crazy how the bad guys being protected, and I got into it really bad with the school, but I don't want to talk about that in here. I'll probably talk about that in a different video. But yeah, it's just crazy. But here's the deal: I open carry several times in North Carolina, and it really wasn't my favorite way to do it. It really was not. I like to conceal carry better, but in North Carolina it was very common, and a lot of people are against open carry. A lot of people are against, prefer open carry versus conceal carry. To me, I think to get in that situation is kind of ridiculous because to me the key is to carry a weapon. To me the key is actually have a gun on you. So I get it that some people want to open carry because they don't want to conceal carry. They don't want to deal with that. They just want to carry a full size handgun. There is some advantages to open carry. I mean, you could carry a bigger gun typically. You could carry a full size handgun with no issues. And if you're going to open carry, I would recommend you to carry a full size handgun because, again, if you're not going to have to worry about printing and concealing and all that crap, carry a full size handgun. It's better than a regular firearm, right? So, but some people wanted to do that. But again, in North Carolina, it was kind of confusing because at least when I was living there, you get your gun and you were allowed to open carry until you get a concealed carry. So a lot of people did that. They kind of bought the gun, open carry, as they're waiting for the concealed carry permit. Once they got the permit, they started to conceal carry the firearm. So again, it was kind of like a buffer, son, where you buy a gun and you're getting into gun and you could open carry in a way. I mean, you could continue to open carry, but they open carry during that period while the permit was coming there. So again, there's some pros and cons to this. I got a subscriber here that posted this comment. I'm gonna kind of go to the comment and kind of read it. And I decided to kind of do this live here because, like I say, I haven't had the time to record, guys. It has been pretty insane, and I've been working like a slave. So let me see his name. His name is Dwayne Smith. Says he's a huge fan of the channel. We appreciate that, man. We appreciate your support as well as the support of all you guys watching. It's fantastic. You guys motivate me to continue to do videos, because trust me, sometimes I don't want to do videos. I get demotivated about it, and I got to be pumped up to do videos like this. You know, it takes a lot of work. So again, just a quick question. I was watching your concealed carry video and how that guy was printing. Again, I was talking about a guy that was carrying a gun and it was printing really bad. Let's see. All right, so here's this question. My question: I will be 18 soon, and I will be getting my first firearm. I won't be able to conceal carry, just open carry, and I wanted to see if you could make a video hitting all points about this and how to make sure your gun doesn't get stolen from you. Well, that would be bad, right? And well, let's kind of go one at a time here for you, because you're about to be 18 years old and you're looking for information. So I'm going to be going back and forward in this comment. But here's the deal, guys. The first thing that I would tell you, Smith, is that if you're going to open carry, if you're going to buy a firearm, before you even try to like buy a gun, think about that you're going to have to do some type of training. Think about you have to buy something that is reliable, something that works, but you're going to have to do some type of training. So when you commit to get a gun, it's not just about the cool factor. I got a gun and you know, so cool, you know. I carry a gun and you check out my boys, show it to my boys, and you know, I got a gun. I mean, there's a cool factor that a lot of guys go into it, and don't get, you know, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Guns are cool to me, so I feel that way too sometimes. But remember, it's not a toy. It's not something that you're going to play around with. It's a firearm, and you got to be really responsible. So when you admit to buying a gun, or when you decide to buy that gun, keep in mind that you should do some training. You know, you should seek somebody that could teach you. You know, I always recommend to have like formal training, but sometimes, you know, somebody that knows a lot about firearm could potentially teach you some good stuff as well. But again, you know, if you're gonna get formal training, make sure you get a good instructor, not the ninjas and you too. So again, you know, make sure you get some good training, right? Make sure that you're just not getting a gun and doing, you know, not knowing how to use that tool, because again, if you do that, really you're not going to get the potential, all the 100% potential out of that gun. What you're going to get is just a gun, and really you don't know how to use it. So you want to have somebody that teaches you how to use it. Sorry if I disregard some of the comments here. I'm going to hit some of the comments in a minute. I just want to make some points here. So again, that's one thing that I wanted to share right to start, right? So you say, how you make sure the gun doesn't get stolen from you. Wow, that's a big one. All right, that's a really big one. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you, because that will be something really bad. So again, you know, how do you make sure your gun doesn't get stolen? Well, first of all, I think you're gonna have to have proper equipment. So a lot of times, having, you know, people buy a gun, but people don't really buy a good holster, a good belt. So when you do your budget, I know you're about to be 18. I'm sure you don't make a ton of money. 18-year-old guys usually don't make a ton of money, but if you do or not, keep that in mind, that you need a good belt, and keep in mind that you need a good holster, specifically if you're going to open carry. You know, when you open carry, we go into a different, I guess in a way, a different way to look at this, because as you open carry, that means that people are going to notice you have a gun, right? You're going to walk around, you're going to have that whatever, you know, beautiful 1911 3 o'clock in your holster, right? So people are going to know that. So to me, having a good holster to open carry is like actually critical, you know, it's very, very important. And I would say have a holster that has some type of retention. And, you know, people agree and disagree with this, but I think that having a holster with proper retention may be, or with good retention may be the key, you know. And a lot of times you see holsters that have, you know, your basic cadet, you have your regular retention, but you have holsters that have multiple levels of retention. You know, maybe, for example, the Black Hawk holsters, you know, you got to press the little thing on the side to be able to remove the holster. Some of the holsters that we use as police officer, you kind of have to push down, kind of twist in order to get that holster, that pistol to draw. So again, you know, I wouldn't just get a regular holster. If you're going to primarily open carry, I would tell you to buy a full-size handgun because, again, you know, you don't have to worry about concealed carry or anything like that. Full-size handgun, so you have a good amount of rounds. And, again, you know, every time we go to a concealed carry choice, we're giving away things. We're totally giving away things. So full-size handgun, to me, is the way to go. So, again, full-size handgun and with a holster that has retention, but not just your basic retention, have multiple levels of retention. And with that saying, you're gonna have to do some training. You definitely gonna have to do some practice training and practice that training, you know, learn formal skills and practice those skills, because again, you know, having that secondary retention system is going to require you to do something else. Either press the little thing on the side to take that gun out, or maybe push down to a twist to the right. Building that muscle memory is going to be like super critical, brother. Super critical. Let me look at Derek 1300 says Glock 19 solve all that. You're right, man. Glock 19 is a great choice. You could conceal carry very well, and it's a gun that has a higher capacity than your basic, you know, M&P shield. You know, we're not looking at 8 rounds. We're looking at 15 plus 1 magazine. Glock 17 mag, you're looking at another 17 rounds. So that's just fantastic. So no doubt about that. Let me continue to read his comment right here. I appreciate everybody watching. You guys are fantastic. Really, really fantastic. So here's another point that I wanted to make. You say how it doesn't get stolen and how to avoid those criminal. Okay, here's the deal. How do you avoid criminals? You can't avoid criminals. Criminals are going to be looking for you. Criminals typically are going to look at you, and what they're going to do is something that I talked about in the past. They're going to try to identify if you're a hard target or a soft target. Typically, criminals will attack soft targets, meaning that if they look at you and they see you and they see that you are not paying attention, maybe, you know, you're looking at your phone, you're messing around, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not maintaining good situational awareness, you're not looking like a hard target, like, hey, you know what, don't mess with me. Even my physical appearance, you know, typically guys don't mess with big guys. You know, they would try to target somebody that is older, maybe a female. So again, you know, the point to this is if you want to avoid criminals, maybe you want to have a higher situational awareness. You know, you want to be in the lookout. You don't want to be crazy about it. You don't have to go crazy every 2 seconds like what's going on. But again, you want to maintain that high situational awareness. You want to make sure you know what you're doing. You want to avoid places, you know, again, you know, you're going to open carry. So maybe going to the beach where there's a bunch of bars and people are fighting and all that, walking around there, maybe it's not a good idea. You know, maybe going to, I don't know, a bad neighborhood or a bad part of your neighborhood, maybe it's not a good idea. So again, you know, I just told it to my boy, because you guys know that he went through that situation where he got 5 stitches to his face. Again, check out the family channels in the description below and subscribe to the family channel. I just told him the other day, I said, listen, man, listen, Fabian, the best way to win a fight is not to get yourself in a fight. So if you know there's a bad situation in school, walk away from it. You know, I didn't say not to fight. Again, if somebody hits him or somebody attacks him, I told him you need to defend yourself. But if you could avoid an issue, that's the best way to do. So again, avoiding criminals, look like a hard target, and avoid those places that you may encounter that they're not good places to be. You know, if your mom and dad tell you not to be, don't go there, they're probably right, man. Don't go there. All right. So you say it is messed up that we live in a world that now we can't leave our houses without our guns. I was wondering if you could do a video about open carry, you know, carry tips, because I would love to know some of the pointers going into this. Got it, man. You know, first of all, here's the deal, man. Don't be scared. All right. I get it that we talk about guns. I get it that we talk about this type of situation. I get it that we always talk about firearms, self-defense, and all that, but do not be scared. Do not be scared to go out. You know, God didn't give us the spirit of fear. That comes from the devil, all right? So don't be scared. If you want to go to places, go to places. If you want to go to the movies, go to the movies. You know, do your basic thing, just like if you would do anything else. You know, I typically talk about guns, and we talk about just having a car jack. You know, like when you jump in the car, you're not scared of having a flat tire, but you have a car jack. The same thing. You know, you're not scared of getting into going to the movies, but just in case you have a gun. I mean, that's just how it is, right? So again, you know, for me, it's going to be simple, man. Open carry tips. Carry a full-size handgun. That's what I would do. Make sure you have a proper everyday carry. You know, maybe it's carry a spare magazine. We talked about that. Carry a knife. Carry a little flashlight. Things like that. You know, you see videos here on EDC a lot. You know, regarding tips, make sure you have proper equipment, a good belt. Make sure you have a good holster, potentially with retention, you know, better retention than you basic, you know, just little retention, maybe something with secondary retention. Have a high situational awareness, you know, make sure you don't go to places that you're probably going to get in trouble. You know, you're probably going to find trouble. Walk away from those places. You have a gun. Be responsible. I think that will be the highest advice that I will give you. Have responsibility for your actions. Be very, very responsible. You have the power. You have the power to stop a fight or to start a fight. I mean, you know, having a gun is no a joke. You know, it's something very, very serious, and you should take it very, very serious. You know, maybe because I was in the Marines, Mattel would tell you this, being in the Marines for many years. I mean, we don't play around with guns. We think that guns are a lot of fun to shoot, but it's a high responsibility that we maintain with those firearms. Again, you know, if you have people in your house, kids and things like that, children, make sure you have your gun in a safe place. Make sure you know the law. Make sure you know the law regarding your state. So again, you know, you're going to carry a gun. The least that you want is a police officer to approach you and start a conversation with you, or find out that you violated some type of regulation, some type of policy and things like that. So be educated in those things, okay? It is your responsibility. It's not the responsibility of somebody else. It's yours. So educate yourself on that stuff. Let me see some of the comments that I see here. From some of you guys. Again, I apologize. I kind of disregard you guys' comments, but I was trying to make some points here. Big shout out to Mateo. He's watching. Gary's in the house. Gary's awesome. I appreciate you watching, brother. Check us out on Discord, Gary. I haven't seen you in Discord for a while. If you don't know, our patrons I have a private community on Patreon, which is called Discord, and we have a bunch of guys there, and we constantly talk like every day. It's like Facebook, man. We like always talking back and forward and things like that, and it's a lot of fun. So Gary, check us out on Discord, man. I haven't seen you there in a while. Just keep in mind, you know, before I get into some of those comments, let me tell Smith this. Open carry, when you open carry, a lot of guys, one of the biggest things that a lot of guys says, you know what, it could make you a target. And I think it could potentially make you a target. So I prefer to conceal carry, but again, I'm not going to go back and forward with this debate. That's a debate, you know. Like I said, I think it's important just to carry a gun. But I prefer to conceal carry because you got that element of surprise. And not only that, you know, open carry a lot of times brings a conversation. You know, for example, if I go to church right now, tomorrow, we're going to church, right? I can't be here all night. I got to go to church in the morning. But tomorrow we're going to church, and I show up there carrying, you know, an MMP9 or a Glock 17 open carry and a cool-looking holster. I'm probably going to scare the crap out of those old ladies. They will be like, what is going on? And again, you know, totally get it. It's my right if I want to do it. If I want to carry a gun, and all, I totally get that. That's not the conversation. If you want to do it, do it. I'm just saying that it puts the spotlight on you a lot of times. So you got to kind of be careful with that. You know, places that you go, the spotlight is always going to be on you. And me personally, I don't like that. I like to have a low profile, kind of like the gray man concept. You know, I love the fact that sometimes I'm in a location and I could potentially see some trouble, but I know that I'm protected. I know that I have a gun, and I know I have a way to deal with that situation in a way. Having that gun showing all the time is going to bring that spotlight on you. So that's something that you're going to have to deal with. Just be ready for it. Like I said, the best thing to do is eventually, when you're allowed to conceal carry, is to conceal carry. But that's just my opinion. That's the biggest debate that that people get into here. I mean, it's just, that's one of those debates that is fights over in the internet, and I totally get that, you know. All right, let's see. Let's see who's out there. Robert said, "How are you, Fabian?" I'm doing good, bro. Doing really fantastic. Doing really, really good, man. You know, I've been busy like crazy. I've been working 6 days a week. I've been trying to record videos for the JH6 channel since last Sunday. I still haven't been able to. I ran into some issues trying to live stream the message for the church. And you know, I'm not like a video graphic or whatever. You know, guys that know about video and all this, everything that you see here, I have learned. I have done hours and hours and hours of research. So it's really difficult for me to learn all these things. So I've been trying to do that. So I've been busy with that. I've been, you know, working in the family channel and things like that. And quite frankly, you know, I'm loving my family channel. And I got, what do we got? 460 something subscribers. But I'm just loving it because, you know, it's bringing me peace. You know, I hang around with my children, my wife. I'm recording some things that I do. And I know some of you guys don't like that stuff, and it's totally okay. But I've been getting demotivated about YouTube because I had lost a ton of money. I had lost subscribers. I had lost views, a ton of views. And I know it's the fact that YouTube is censoring me. I totally know that. And I would definitely debate with anyone that tells me not to. I could show in my analytics, I could show actually videos and how some of my top video has been demonetized. And not only that, some of my top videos I used to rank and get 500 views a day, they don't rank anymore. And you know, because YouTube have taken away a lot of my views and all that, I've been kind of like disgruntled, if you want to put it that way, about YouTube. But I got to come out of that because, you know, I do love this community and I do love being part of this. So I got to continue to kind of like, don't let YouTube bug me and continue to do stuff. Jimmy Ram says, "I'm new to this channel and I really like it." I appreciate that, man. I used to watch your videos all the time. I don't think I ever put too many comments in your channel, but you used to do a lot of videos and I used to watch them all the time. And then you kind of disappear for a while. I don't know what happened. Maybe I missed if you explain what happened. And then I saw that you had like 2 videos on and I watched them. But yeah, man, I used to watch your videos all the time a while ago. Robert said, "How's my son?" My boy's doing good. Got 5 stitches to his face. I would do a video on my family channel about that. So if you want to see that, definitely check out, you know, the description down below. Derek said, "YouTube is censoring everyone, puts guns in the title." Yeah. And you know something that I learned about, I just learned this about my wife's channel. If you guys don't know, my wife has some makeup, kind of like, I don't know, you know, girl stuff channel, right? And she talks about things that she's favor, you know, her clothes and all that stuff. And the other day I had a video that got hit. And I was, what's going on? So I called a friend of mine, and he's like a YouTube expert, like no crap. He's like an expert. He comes out on YouTube, places where they speak and all this. I mean, this guy's legit. And he told me the thumbnail. The thumbnail had the name of the brand, which it was a cereal. It was cereal. She was talking about her favorite cereal, and had the name of the brand. And he said most likely the video got hit because of that. So I downloaded the thumbnail, I blurred that name out, and I uploaded the thumbnail again. And again, you know, the video got monetized. So what I'm trying to say is that YouTube, and I didn't know this, YouTube actually scanned the thumbnail. So if you put, I don't know, a picture of this Coke, actually this Pepsi, and the thumbnail, and I'm smiling, and this company also want to associate with your channel, they would demonetize your video. So that was interesting. I mean, I didn't know that. It's kind of crazy. So, but yeah. It is. And it's not even about money at this point. It's like my views have gone down completely. Look at some of my videos. I mean, it's kind of hard to get 1,000 views in a video. I used to average 1,000 views in a video. Very, very easy. And now it's kind of hard. And I started to think about this the other day. And I was like, dude, am I sucking? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. And I was talking to a friend of mine, Tactical Man, about that. I said, no, you're doing the same thing that I always do. And one thing that I think that I have done well, I'm kind of proud of myself, is that I have stayed to my message since day one. I haven't changed my opinion. You know, I'm still doing the same thing. You could go 1,300 videos and watch all my videos, and I have not changed my message. You know, I have said some things that potentially could have been wrong because lack of knowledge, and I accept if I'm wrong. I'm the first one to say, hey, I done it in video, say, hey, you know what? I said this. I think that was wrong. I take it back. Some of the guys that have been with me for a while would tell you that I'm quick to accept if something's wrong. But yeah, lately I'm pretty much stayed to my opinion. I keep talking about guns. I keep talking about survival. I keep talking about God. You know how much hate I guess for talking about God? I get hate every single day, but I keep telling people that God is in control and I don't care what to say. So I keep doing the same thing, but I've been dropping a lot of views. And according to YouTube, and I'm not making this up, they say if they don't agree with your message, they will stop advertising your channel. And I think my channel is getting hit because of that. Well, or maybe I'm sucking. I don't know. All right, let's see. Jimmy said, I used to do a lot of prepping stuff, got married, and I did not want to make my wife a YouTube. Yeah, you know what, man? I totally get it. And the bigger that you get, the more that you're going to get hate. I get comments every day getting a lot of hate. I mean, I get comments of people telling that they want to kill me. I mean, that's crazy. So I totally get it, man. And you know what? Believe it or not, if you get big enough, people will know where you work and people will sue you. I've been recognized on my job maybe, 4 or 5 times, like truly recognized. A guy walked to me and said, hey, man, you JH6. And I'm kind of like, and it's kind of cool sometimes to be like, oh, that's kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like, whoa, this guy know where I live. I don't know if this guy's a troll or what's going on. You know, like if I see you on my job, it will be fantastic. We could probably talk for a while about different things. But some of these guys, you're like, you always wonder what's the deal with that. All right, let's see some of the comments here. If you have comments, put it down below. Mateo, I changed to this right now versus Coke Zero because this one, you know I'm doing the keto diet and I lost 33, 34 pounds already. But this has this thing called asparme or aspar something free. Let me see if I can put it right here. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you could read it right there. That little thing right there. Apparently that whatever that is, I don't know. My wife is the one that knows all about this. Whatever that is really bad. And because this one has that as part me or something free, it's supposed to be better. It's not supposed to retain that much water or something like that. But again, I've been drinking this lately. Man, I drank water for like a month in a row, and it's nice drinking something other than water, you know? All right, let's see. Froman say, great stuff. Keep it up, man. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. You're fantastic. I mean, really appreciate the support. Captain Savage says, good evening. Hey, what's up, bro? Darius said, by the way, love the collaboration with Brad from Full Spectrum Survival. Oh, yeah, man. He's fantastic, dude. What a great channel, man. And me and him talk maybe like once every couple of weeks. We text back and forward. Awesome dude, man. Awesome, really dude. He used to live really close to me, and then he moved, and it was kind of like kind of sad because I wanted to meet up with him, you know, maybe do something over a weekend or something like that. I don't know. He has a wife and kids, so. Captain Savage says, Semper Fi, my brother. Mateo said, where are the fun days of people just calling you gay Brazilian? Yeah, man. Now people get really mad and they want to kill me. Oh, man. Okay, Derek just said that causes cancer. Well, that's not good, man. Thanks for letting me know, dude. All right, if you guys got any comments, put it in the comment section. We're gonna talk about it here for a few minutes. I got a lot of stuff to review. I really do. I got a lot of stuff. Let me see. Maybe I show you some of the stuff that I have here. Let me switch here real quick. All right, I'm back. Let's see. Let me take this slide off. All right, so I got a bunch of stuff here to review, and I have to make videos. The first thing that I have is this from Vortex, and this is holographic size H Racer AMG UH1. This was sent by Optics Planet, and they asked me if I want to review it, and I said of course I do. This thing is $500, so it's kind of heavy a little bit, but holographic sight, I never shot a holographic sight in my life. One of the things that I like right from the back is that it has a quick detachment mount. You see it right there. So again, you don't have to buy the optic and buy the mount. So that's going to be coming up. I'm actually based on the reviews that I seen online, that I'm going to rock this sight for a while in my main gun. So big shout out to Optics Planets. JH6 give you what, 5% off, and they sent me this to review. $500. That's really nice of them. I got this mount for review coming up, and I think Tactical Man told me about it, so that's gonna be coming up in the channel. I got the Vortex Vortex Eagle, yeah, Strike Eagle. There we go. This is actually the Optics Planets limited edition, 1x6x24, and this is based on, if you guys remember, I did a video a while ago where I couldn't hit the target at 200 yards, so it was kind of dark. So I requested this for review. That's gonna be coming up. And you know, a lot of times. I'm gonna talk about this in a second, and then I got the new belt from Core Essential. If you don't know, Core has a new belt, and that's gonna be coming up. I gotta do that sometime pretty soon. I mean, but you know, a lot of times I get guys to say, you know what, and you know, there's a lot of haters on the internet. Maybe some of you guys are hating, but a lot of times I get guys to say, hey, you know what? Here's the deal. It's nice to get gears for review. It totally is nice, but I'm getting to the point where I don't even want to do reviews anymore, because yes, this thing is, you know, this thing is nice, but if I don't really need something like this for my self-defense plan and I just do it for review, testing this costs money. I mean, it's going to cost me a couple of $100 in rounds just to put rounds down range and be able to give you a good opinion, right? Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do what some YouTubers do, that they just open a box and they tell you some stuff and they put 5 rounds through it and that's it. I got to put a lot of rounds through this to kind of give you my opinions. So again, that's going to cost money to do. You know, little things like the belt. These reviews right here are really simple to do. I mean, you put it on, you wear them for a while, you give your honest opinions on it, and that's it. So, but again, a lot of stuff for review. There's a couple of more holsters that I got for review, and I think I have 2 holsters for review. I got the Magpul, the Magpul X22 backpacker. I recorded the video already. I just got to release it. I got to record one more thing. That's coming up for video too, and I got a bunch of stuff, guys. We continue to do videos, you know. It's just some of you guys like gear, so we continue to do it. Let me see. Let me look at some of the comments here. Chris says, how do I open carry in California? Yeah, that sucks, man. I hate. Every time I hear the Daily Shooter talking about California, I get upset, like really mad. John said, what places do you not carry your firearm? Whatever places are illegal, man. Of course. All right, let's see. Greeting, fellow California. Okay, got it. Rooster Peace in the house. Oh, look, Froman said, what are your favorite gun channel? You know, I've been trying to do a video about this for a while. Favorite gun channels. Favorite channels. I like Mr. Guns and Gear. I like him a lot. He does fantastic work, and I talked to him several times. And he watches my channel too, so I'll like him a lot. Nolan Tactical. Would you not subscribe to Nolan Tactical? Check him out. Actually, it's not Nolan Tactical anymore. What is it, Mateo? It's like like and Loader or something like that. So I like him a lot. Let me see where I'll put those videos. Give me a second. Ooh. Actually, I posted. There's another channel that I watch called Mark Dice. I like Mark Dice a lot too, but he's not. It's not really a gun channel. He's more like a political channel. And I gotta, let me see if I find the video, the notes that on the video that I was working on it. All right, almost there, guys. Yeah, there's a couple of channels that, okay. Where is that video? If you guys got a favorite channel, put them down in the comment too, for some of you guys to check it out. Okay, my top 10. Okay, here we go. All right, channels that I like. Check it out. Beretta 9. If you haven't subscribed to Beretta 9, oh man, what a great channel. He's a deputy, and not only he's a deputy, but he's also a prior Marine. So semper fi to him. So Beretta 9 mil. Great channel. He actually does the channel with his son. I think he has about 40,000 subs. And he has some cool guns. Really cool. I mean, like, he has a great collection. All right. The Daily Shooter. Of course, me and the Daily Shooter go back to like 4 years ago. I think when I met him, he had 99 subscribers and I had 33. So the Daily Shooter does a great job. What about this? Justin, just an opinion. You got to check him out. He's an older, not an older guy, but he's a very experienced shooter, and he does really good detail work, like detail. Like, he talks about the gun in all aspects. Great channel. When it comes down to knife, I like Tactical. If you haven't checked out Tactical, you got to check him out. He always says "my people," and he has his face cover. I like Tactical a lot. He takes the knife out there and he just beat the crap out of trees and things like that with machetes and all that. So he does a great job. I like AKM Tactical, which is Michael and Kyle. And those two guys are just awesome dudes. And I really like him because, you know, they're not military or anything. I think they're working in a hospital, both of those guys. But they're just good guys that like to shoot, likes to take training, and they just share their opinion. And their opinion are just not influenced by anything. It's just their opinion. And I love seeing that too. I love seeing how they come with information and they share what they have learned by shooting the firearms and things like that. I like that channel a lot. I don't really like channels of ninjas, you know, guys full of tattoos, and they're like, oh, no. I don't do that. My military times are over, so I don't really like that. I like practical tactical. Nick. He brings a lot of instructors, and he engaged in a lot of good conversations. So there you go. I tell you, I've been doing a list of channels that I like to be able to share with you guys. Gregory says EDC gun right now. Glock 42, man. Glock 42. Alright. The Jinger guy says, good to see you getting gear to review. Yeah, man. I mean, I love reviewing gear and I love doing things like that. The only problem that I have right now is that I have to be really careful with gear that I get. Because like I said, testing a belt like this, it costs me absolutely nothing. I mean, I just wear, I give my thoughts, my opinion, I got my camera and things like that, so it's easy. But testing something like this is going to cost me a few $100. So, you know, when the channel makes $150 a month, yeah, like I said, $150 a month, you know what I'm saying? I can spend $200 to test this. I mean, that means that I had to take $50 from my kids' food to entertain you guys, and it's just not gonna happen. My priority is my children. So if you want to support the channel, become a patron. So, all right, let's see who else. By the way, I love Vortex because they have that VIP warranty, and that means that if it breaks, you send it back, and they send you a new one. Now, I have never tested the VIP warranty. Nothing have broken me yet, but I heard really good things about it. So, Crossfire just got a loophole. Remy 700. Okay. Ah, let me see some of the comments. Did I miss something? L228 says, I'm here to hate. Yeah, Jimmy said he's 63. I hate to pay it, but I need to see my target. Yeah, man, no doubt, dude. And a good scope is gonna help you to do that. And to me, it's always like buy one, cry one. And you know what? And I said this in the past, man, and you probably know this. I do have the opportunity to get some gear, and to me, sometimes it's really cool because you know, I could contact a company and a company could send, like, I wanted to shoot one of those 1x6x24 things, you know, and I don't have too much experience with this, but I wanted to do this, and I was able to contact Optics Planet. Boom, they sent me one. So it was kind of nice to me in that. But you got to remember, I'm a gun guy too, you know. I love shooting, I love gear, you know. I don't do this, I'm not faking this. So I would have bought it either way. So a lot of the stuff that I have, I'll buy it myself, you know. So it's kind of one of those things that I do a lot of research. I get really detailed, and you know, sometimes buying something, buy one, cry one, and finish it, because you really need the gear, and the gear is really going to help you. A lot of times the gear, here's what the gear does. A lot of people say, well, I could shoot good with this. I can, you know, having good gear is going to give you an advantage over the bad guys. So a lot of times, all those little things that you have, that it increases your advantage over the bad guys. So just having a better scope, it may increase that advantage. So having a scope that you could shoot with no issues at 200 yards may be the difference between you hitting the target before he gets close to you or not. You know, obviously we 200 yards, you know, you better be able to justify it, you know, because that's not really a threat. But we're talking about, you know, ultimately survival situations and things like that. Having all this type of gear is definitely going to give you an advantage over the bad guy. But again, you know, having the gear, you have to know how to use it too. Let's see. Gary says, I'm 58. What? You 50? I didn't know you were 58, man. You don't look 58. I've seen pictures of you, man, and videos. I guess that's good. All right, Mateo said Lock and Loader. Yeah, check him out. Awesome dude, man. And he does a lot of shooting too, man. So Ron G19 says, what do you think about Jaeger? I don't really think anything, man. I always get questions about big YouTubers in a way, and people like to kind of ambush me in a way. What do you think about Jaeger? What do you think about Such? Nothing fancy. I don't really think anything. I mean, I don't know the guy. I don't know his background. I don't know anything. He makes videos, and some people like him, some people hate him. You know, it is what it is. I get the same hate. Some people like it, some people hate it. You know, I get hate from the gun community. You know, I get hates about Patreon. Can't believe you're running a Patreon. And I always reply, when was the last time I told you how to run your channel? That's what I always say. You know, I'm going to do what's best for my channel. I'm going to do what's best for my audience. And I'll tell you right now, if I wouldn't have Patreon, I probably wouldn't do the channel, because I spend 20 hours a week for $150 a month. So I'm making like 25 cents an hour. And I got a family, 3 kids. So trust me, when I'm getting up at 6:30 in the morning to edit videos so I could be at work at 8:45, or I'm up into 1 o'clock in the morning working in videos, it's not fun. You know, I do it because I love it, but the channel has to sustain himself, because if I'm not sustaining the channel, I'm not taking away from my kids to entertain adults. I mean, I think people that have families will probably know that. Oh, by the way, if you have a wife, let me know if you start taking away from your account to entertain people. What are your wife is going to tell you? Are you crazy, man? We got bills to pay, dude. So that's just how life is. So people hate on people. I don't hate on people. You know, I try not to. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I make comments that I should not make, but I don't think anything. I think that, you know, he's just another YouTuber. I tell you what, he's smarter than me, because he got sick, people to donate $60,000 to his Kickstarter campaign. I could barely get one of you guys to give me $1 a month. So that's what I think. He's smarter than me. So Jimmy said about military arm channel or Iraqi vet 88, bunch of 88s. I like the military arm channel. I think that Tim is, he sounds like a really awesome dude to me. Watch a video. I don't know him, never talked to him, anything. He's a prior Marine. I'm a prior Marine, so we semper fi on that. I don't watch Iraqi 88 videos. I really don't. Maybe every now and then I may come across one and watch for a few seconds, but he's not one of my gun channels that I watch. Like I say, if I want to buy a gun, I'll probably watch Mr. Guns and Gear, and I will watch the Military Arm channel. I will watch Beretta 9, The Daily Shooter, and all those guys, but I don't really watch Iraqi Vet that much. Not because I'm hating on anything. It's just, I don't know. Not really a fan. We keep going down in the channel. Never Enough Ammo. I watch him sometime. I'm not sure if I'm subscribed or not. Maybe not. I used to like a lot of his prepping videos. Back in the days, he used to do prepping, like storing food and things like that. I like that. Some of the political views, maybe I don't agree as much, but some of the political views that I have, he probably doesn't agree neither. So, but overall, here's the deal, guys. A lot of these channels, you got to think about this. A lot of the channels have things in common. And the things in common that they have is that they love the Second Amendment. And they don't want the Second Amendment to go away. So, yes, they're not perfect. They all make mistakes, we all know drama with Iraqi Vet 88. We know the drama and all that stuff. We've seen drama on that in the community. But overall, we got to remember that these people are fighting for the Second Amendment. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect either. I got things that I say here in the channel that you guys don't agree with. I get comments all the time with, you know what, Fabian, I love your videos, but can you please stop talking about God? And I said, no, I can't, because then I won't be giving you my opinion. I have to give you my opinion. I want to be straightforward with what I'm trying to tell you, and God is part of my opinion. So I can't share my opinion without speaking about Christ. But some people don't agree with that. Some people have a different technique, and that's okay. So, but overall, we all kind of like, trying to maintain that freedom and trying to maintain my Second Amendment right. And I love my freedom. I went to combat several times, and I go to combat again for you to believe whatever you want to believe, because that's just fantastic. I love being in this country. You guys got to remember, I was born in a communist country, so I know what it is to people go to jail for no reason. I know what it is to have gun control where people cannot own guns. I know those things. I know what it is to go to the bakery with a notebook and they write how many pieces of bread you rate a day. I know those things. I come from that country, so I have that as my prior knowledge, and I think that kind of helps me in my opinions, I guess. Jimmy said, what do I think about the Taurus 809? I don't think anything, man. I don't have one. I don't have experience with it. Derek 1300 said, James Yeager, I like him. I do not why people hate him, because people hate on people, man. That's just how it is. If you don't have hate here in the community, you're not doing anything good. People hate, man. So appreciate Gun Guy. Thank you, man. Thank you. Gregory say, Hey Cop 45. I watch Hey Cop 45 every now and then. Yankee Marshall every now and then. A lot of times I watch some of those big channels just to see the strategy behind the channel. Not so much about, like I said, Mr. Gun and Gear. I watch him because I like the guns. The other day he just put a new video on the, what is it, Vergara HM14 bolt action rifle, something like that. Man, what a gorgeous rifle. I need one. It's $1,000, but I need one. I'm gonna get one eventually. So I do watch him because I love the style you know, the information, the value that he's providing. Some of the big channels, I watch him based on the just based to see the strategy that they have beyond their channel, how they're operating the channel as a strategy. That's what I do. Let's see. Mattel put some good channels here. KS Gun Guy, man, really good. KS Gun Guy, check him out. Really good. Very detailed reviews on guns, and I dig him. I dig him. Big Johnson, really cool guy, awesome dude. And the firearm guy, I can't believe I didn't say the firearm guy, Mattel. Me and the firearm guy Dan go way back too. You know, awesome. The firearm guy, probably one of my top 3 gun channel. I can't believe I forgot that. So again, Willie said last line of defense. I seen his channel, man. Very, very cool channel. Hank Strange, I see him every now and then. So let me see. I'm trying. Wait. All the comments that come here at once. All right, let's see. LL228 say AK Operating Union. Awesome channel, man. Awesome channel. He does great stuff. Awesome. Subscribe to all the channels. I really do. And support them. You know, like the video. Share the video. You know, if you like some videos, some channels in particular, support them in Patreon. Trust me, $1 a month ain't gonna kill you, and it's gonna help them out a lot. Paul Harrell, very good channel too. I haven't, you know what? I keep hearing people talking about him. I haven't watched him that much. I should start watching him more often. Also, I think maybe you help me. John Love. Man, what an awesome channel, dude. Really awesome channel. Let me see. Let's see. Gary says, Gary's a great supporter of the channel too. Patron of the channel says, same way with you, JH6. I watched you 3 years ago also. Oh, wow, man. 3 years, dude. That's a long time, man. That's truly a long time, man. Mattel said Jarhead should be bigger than nothing fancy for sure. Yeah, man. You know, it is what it is, man. I tell you what, I don't concentrate. I used to be a time where it was about subscribers. I gotta get so many subscribers. Get it? We're coming up to 45,000 subscribers, and we're coming up to 10 million views. 10 million views. In fact, I got a video that has over 1 million views, just one video. And to me, you know, it's fantastic. And I'm just grateful, really grateful that the Lord has given me the opportunity to come here from my room in my house. I got a room, by the way. I got a room dedicated for YouTube, one of my spare room. But I'm just really grateful that the Lord has given me the opportunity to do this. Really am. Let me check my phone real quick. But really grateful that has been an opportunity that I've been giving. I could come here. I could meet cool people like Mattel, Gary, you know, all you guys, Jimmy Rant, all those guys, and just share some of my thoughts. And not only that, learn from people. And it's just, I'm grateful, man. I'm really at, and you know, I get to review some cool gear, and I get to play around with some stuff. And I mean, it's just fantastic, you know, really fantastic. And not only that, the skills that I have learned here, live streaming and things like I'm doing right now, have allowed me to work in the church channel. You guys don't know, probably some of you guys know, but me and Pastor Mike and church member, we run a church channel called Pastor on Call. Just last Thursday, we recorded 8 videos, which I got in my computer. I had to edit them. And we, because of the skills that I have learned, I've been able to share and spread the gospel. To me, that's just fantastic. You know, that's just awesome. Love it. RS Wicks says, great job losing weight, man. 33 to 35 pounds. We keep going. Willie said, anyone remember Corey and Erica? Yeah, I want to say that's the dude that stole Valor. Yeah, we remember that. Yeah, Mateo got it right. Mm, Gary's talking about a couple of channels provoking. Yeah, man, there's a lot of drama in the YouTube community, and you got to understand drama and comments and it's actually called an engagement. So comments, likes, dislike, all those engagement boost the video. Some people are looking to start conversations and going crazy with videos, and that's just what they do. Gun Guy says, keep up your belief, Jarheads. You fought for that. Thank you, my brother. Uh, my life is a meme says, you need to make a Twitter. I do have a Twitter, JH6. I do have an Instagram and all that stuff. But here's the reality. I don't have time to check all that. I just don't. I work 6 days a week, and if I start going into all those social media, I just don't have the time. I will completely neglect the comments. So this is what I do. I check the comments on YouTube, and I pretty much reply to all the comments. YouTubers don't do that, by the way. They don't reply to your comments. I do. And I done that since day one, and I continue to do it. I reply to 85 to 90% of my comments. So if you comment a lot, you will see me replying, and some of you guys will testify to that. So again, I just can't keep up. I'm a one-man operation. I actually make 10 videos. I work in 10 videos a week, 3 in the JH6, 3 in the family, my wife channel. So I'm busy, man, all the time. So I just don't want to neglect the comments here. So one day when I become a big YouTuber, I will hire you to run my Twitter. So let's see. RS Wig says, keep praising our Lord and Savior, my friend. I agree or disagree. Jesus died for everyone, even those who don't believe. Yeah. No doubt, my brother. No doubt. Yeah. Oh, Gary sharing my Twitter. There we go. Let me see if the comments are coming pretty crazy. So I'm trying to look at some of the comments here. Somebody saying congrats. Oh, Joseph. Joseph said, I'm the new gun owner. Awesome, dude. Just fantastic, man. Find some of the good channels here that we've been mentioning here in the stream. Some of the channels that we've been talking about, and definitely watch some of those channels. A lot of great information here. Some guys are full of crap, so be able to identify who's full of crap and who's giving good information. And you're gonna love it, man. And interact here with some of the guys. There's a great community on YouTube, not just trolls. There's actually good people here. So you should be able to meet good people that give you great advice. And believe it or not, here's the thing that I will tell you that is going to probably shock you. A lot of times you think that I'm the expert. Truly, some people think, oh, I'm the expert, or whoever is doing a video is the expert. I'm telling you, there's guys in the comments that know more about gun than me. I'll tell you that right now. There's guys in some of those comments right here that the amount of knowledge they have on firearm is astronomical. Is that even a word that I say right? I don't know. So don't be scared to talk to some of those guys, because I'll give you an example. Mateo, that dude knows more about guns than me. Totally. I won't even argue that. He knows a lot about guns. And he loves Glocks. All right. Yeah, he's probably going to answer that. All right, let's see. Joseph said, what do you say when someone asks you why you open carrying, and when you run into a cop? Here's the thing, man. I work as a police officer, military police officer. We don't have those issues in the base, but I did pull people over that had guns in the car, and they're like, hey, I got a gun. I'll say, okay, continue with your life. Just let me see your license, and that's it. Really didn't. If somebody tell me I have a gun, I'm not even don't even gonna start. I don't even care. but you may have the chance where someone is going to come to you and tell you, hey, you know what? Someone call the police. You're carrying a gun. Police officer may want to talk to you about it. I mean, it's going to be up to you, man. Some guys here will tell you, oh, screw them. I'm not going to show my ID. I'm not going to do anything. They're harassing me. And I totally agree with that in a way. They're truly harassing you. If you're not doing anything wrong and you're carrying a gun, why in the heck do I have to show you my ID card and all that? But at the same time, you know what? Some people may say something like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to give a hard time to the cop. He's just doing his job. Let me be polite. It's going to take a couple of seconds, and that's it. So you could take it either way. I totally get either way. You know, there's days, for example, there's times that me where when I seen videos where people get disarmed, and that would take me off. I mean, I will give you my ID card. I will talk to you. I'll be polite, but I ain't giving you my gun. If you want to take my gun out of my pocket, I'm not going to give it to you. You are disarming me, and I'm going to make a big deal about it, most likely. So it's going to be up to you. Just try to be polite. Be careful what you do, because cops nowadays, you know, if they see you moving a specific way, it may escalate. So be really careful with that. And definitely, here's the deal. And I'm talking about handguns. Some of the guys that open carry rifles, I totally get it, but if you walk inside Chili's or Olive Garden or one of those restaurants with an AK on the side, come on, man, that's just, you're just creeping people out. So, and again, some of the guys says, you know what, I just trying to educate people, but here's the deal. I was an instructor in the Marine Corps of many, many different things, and when you want to instruct someone, you want to be able to get a positive outcome out of that. And walking into Chili's, you're not really instructing anyone. What you're doing is that you're scaring people. So if you want to teach somebody, there's a way to teach. If you want to educate, there's a way to educate. But really walking inside a restaurant, you're not really educating anyone. It's really not. So if you're trying to educate, I'm telling you, you're doing a bad job. So because what you really are is that you're scaring people, and you're really pushing those people away from the mission, which is, spreading the Second Amendment message. So that's just my opinion. Some people won't agree with that, but it is what it is. Yeah. Tips on getting out of the friend zone, or I am in the wrong place. Yeah, you're in the wrong place, man. Friend zone. I'm not your dad. Talk to your dad or your big brother. I think Joseph asked for if it was a good choice or something like that. Here's the deal, man. You got a gun, just train with it. You buy what you can afford. Buy what you can afford. Buy the best that you can afford. The best gun that you can afford for that money. Buy a bunch of rounds, train with it, know how to use it. There's a lot of people with fancy guns, but guess what? They don't know how to use it. So, but I think you got a good gun. I shot that gun in the past, and it sounds to be a pretty good one. Will you prefer open carrying or concealed carry? I prefer to conceal carry. And watch the beginning of the chat. I do talk about some of the gear and things like that. So check that out. Some of my thoughts on open carrying. I do prefer concealed carry, mainly because of low profile. Not only the low profile, but the green man concept and all that. I just prefer that, So let's see. Jimmy said, do you think the 40 cal is going away? I did a video about that recently, Jimmy. No, man, I really don't. People love him. There's a lot of fanboys. There's a lot of guys that like him. A lot of police departments use him. I don't think it's going to go away anytime, So, things like having a Glock 23 with a conversion barrel, lone wolf barrel from 40 to 9. It's just fantastic. You have that 40 capability, but you also have that 9 mil if you want to do that. My brother-in-law, years ago, I gave him one of those conversion barrels, and he loves it. We put a bunch of rounds through the barrel. It still works fine. So you kind of have two guns in one. So I think that's just fantastic, Jonathan says, great channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Michael says, God is in control. No doubt, my brother. Let's see. I hate when the comments go like. Let's see. Let's see. Man, I'm behind in comments. I. Gary C. I reply to every comment on my videos, unless it's just a troll saying hateful thing. Yeah, I do the same thing. I do have filters on my channel. If you curse, it goes straight to the cursing pile, and I don't even look at them. And the reason why I do the same thing is because I don't have the time to reply to all the comments. So it will be unfair for me to waste time on a troll when I could spend time talking to you, Gary. So. Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. I think actually, you know, Jimmy, I think Mateo is a big 40 cal fan. So yeah, definitely not going that way. Let's see. Willie say I have never owned a 40, never been opposed to it. Police tradings, man, police tradings are fantastic. Really nice. You can find those M&P 40s. I mean, for pennies, man. We're talking about $300 or something like that. Really good deal. You just gotta get lucky in a way, because sometimes you get a crappy one, sometimes you get a good one. So it is what it is. Mattel said prefer the 40 over the 45. I like the 45. But again, you know, when we're talking about, guys, when we're talking about caliber, right now what we're doing is we're being fanboys, you know. Can it be one caliber better than the other one? I totally agree to that. You know, obviously 9mm is better than 22. I mean, it is what it is. But I think there's a good amount of calibers that I will call them respectable calibers. You know, like 9mm, 40, 45, they're respectable calibers. Calibers that will do the job. So... you know, if you have a respectable caliber, you'll be all right. Let's see. Joseph said, Joseph's talking about something. He's an open carry and he believes in gun control. Here's the deal, man. You're gonna jump. You're a new gun owner. There's a lot of conversations that take place. There's a lot of people that agree with some things, some type of gun control. There's some guys that don't. There's guys that think that felons should have guns. There's guys that think that felons should not have guns. There's guys that think a background check is okay. There's guys that think that is not okay. There's guys that are completely Second Amendment, and they don't think any gun regulation should be in place. I mean, you're gonna find a lot of guys. The best thing I would tell you is, for now, because you're a new gun owner, just to stay quiet and kind of listen, gather all that information, be wise about it, and then, you know, make decisions based on your belief. You know, you're entitled to your belief. But there's a lot of arguments here in the community, and quite frankly, some of the arguments is just nonsense. So here we go. The Jinger Gun Guy says, Joseph, just be educated when speaking to uneducated people. I want to say this because I said this a million times, and I remember the main prepper. Man, I can't believe the main prepper doesn't do videos anymore, but he said this one time and it stuck with me since day one. You have three bubbles, three circles. Circle of guys that don't support the Second Amendment, circle of guys that support it, and circle of guys that don't give a crap. What we really want to do is get those guys into our box. So we want to be educated about it and talk about it and get those guys into our box. And that's really what we want to do. We don't want to approach it like, hey, you know what? It's your right, so carry it. No, we want to be able to deliver information and share that to bringing into our circle. I'll give you a good example. This just happened. My mom is a big no guns. No guns. My mom doesn't like guns, doesn't like the fact that I own guns. And even members of my family don't like the fact that I own guns because I'm a Christian, man. You know, I love the Lord. You guys know that. I say it all the time. But, you know, as a Christian, man, sometimes it's like, whoa, you have a gun. I mean, that's, you know, how can you have a gun if you believe in God, right? So I get a lot of hate for that sometimes. And, you know, I've been talking to my mom about this for years now, years. And when the shootout happened in Texas, my mom called me and said, you know what, Fabian, I think you're right. I think everything you've been telling me is right. I think not having a gun to defend yourself is stupid. You should. And I was like, whoa, you know, I've been telling my mom this for quite some time. And just because the way I deliver that message, she got it. She hit it. It was, yeah, you're right. So it's not about arguing with people. It's about to be able to deliver that message and get them into our side. So it's kind of like spreading the gospel. You just don't want to like put some Jesus down somebody's throat. You know, you want to put the seed there. You want to plant the seed, and you want to put a little bit of water every now and then into it happens, right? So really, Mateo's coming. So yeah, you know, be ready to lose friends, by the way, because some people won't agree to it and some people won't want to associate with you, and that's okay, man. You know, people don't want to talk to you because you own a firearm. It's okay, you know, don't sweat it. If somebody's not your friend because you own a gun, that guy wasn't really your friend. It's like I tell little brother all the time. Listen, a lot of times we said that's my friend. People are not really your friend. Your friends are the one that give you $1,000 for you to pay your mortgage. When you could call somebody and be like, hey, dude, you know what? I don't have work right now. Can you please give me $500 so I can feed my family? And that guy will go like, no doubt, man. Put $500 and put it there. That's a friend right there. Actions, actions, action. You know, imagine if Jesus would have tell you, I love you and not die for you. It would have meant nothing. It would have meant zero. Jesus says, I love you, and he died for you. That has power. Not just I love you. The action has power. So to me, when people tell me I'm your friend, I'm like, all right, man. Sure, you're my friend. Maybe that's just me. All right, let me see. Jimmy says, are you retired military? Yes, I did it. I did 11 years, 5 months, and 20 days, Jimmy. 11 years, 5 months, and 20 days in the Marine. I was medically retired at the rank of Staff Sergeant, which is, you know, it's okay. I spent about several years in my house recovering from back surgery and a couple of other things. And finally, I was able to kind of go back into society. I work now. It sucks. My back hurts every day, but you know what? I ask the good Lord every single day to give me the strength to be able to go to work and be able to provide for my family. But yes, I am retired from the Marines. Let's see. My neighbor called the police on me. Rivera said, my neighbor called the police on me for open carry in my yard. They came to my house. I told them when Texas low. Yeah. Rivera said neighbor called the police because he was open carrying. That will probably piss me off to a different level. That will probably upset me, man. But hey, you know what? If you're allowed to do it again. By the third time they keep calling the police is gonna be like, dude, like he's allowed to do it. So your neighbor is probably a liberal that hates guns. Yeah, Mattel said, yeah, open carry rifle is overkill. Yeah, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But again, I wouldn't give that right away. I would not give that right away because if we remember what happened in Missouri during the riots, a lot of veterans were open carrying rifles and were able to protect their businesses or houses because they have that right. So obviously, you know, just because you have that right, maybe not the right place to do it. Just remember this: if your purpose is to educate people, find the right way to educate people. That's just how it is. Because if you're not really educating people, you're not really doing anything, and you're just scaring people. Yeah, you know, Willie said, unfortunately, a lot of police are uneducated of gun laws, and some just think everyone is a possible criminal. You know, man, I agree with that at some point, and I don't in some other point. You got to understand that cops don't know where they're going to respond. I respond to many calls as a police officer, military police officer. Marines are freaking insane. And they train to kill you too. So that doesn't help. But a lot of cops show up to a place, and one of the priorities is to be safe. So again, you know, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm a cop and I show up there, I want to make sure that I'm safe because I have a wife and children. I want to come home. So a lot of times they may push it a little bit to keep their protection. Am I saying that's right? No, totally not. But, you know, I'm playing both sides this year. I could kind of get it too, that they want to make sure they're safe as well. So, again, it's a messed up situation, man. Oh, Chance is in the house. What's up, brother? Simplified to you. Awesome dude. Just awesome dude. Glad to have him here. All right, let's see. Jonathan, Glock 19 inside the waistband holster. Bravo concealment, that torsion holster. $50, man. That thing is fantastic, dude. They did send one to the channel. I loved it. Glock 30 and 21 SIG P220. Awesome gun. I shot the Glock 21 here in the channel. I love that 45, man. Really nice. Alright, let's see. Sorry, comments are coming crazy. The real Cobra Burnout is in the house. Wait for it. Check out the real Cobra Burnout. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. Veteran as well. So going down and forward. Okay, let me see. You know, there's a chance you were talking about something, man, that it was just fantastic. That I've been debating. Okay, comments went insane, but you were talking about something that I've been debating for a long time. Because remember, you were talking about the 22, and a few years ago, I kind of fall into the wagon. Everybody's like 22s, and I was like, okay, 22s, you know. And I mean, I got my Ruger 1022. I love the rifle. And I also got into the whole pistol carbines and, you know, the pistol carbine. But remember, you were talking about, you know, an AR pistol and how small they are. And I've been really changing my conversation in a way, or I've been changing my thinking process. Because, yeah, AR carbines are so small nowadays that it's really easy to conceal inside a backpack. It's really easy to transport. And you have that 5.56 round. So really the 22 for survival, I mean, maybe I'll talk about that in a different video, but I'm not really subscribing to that philosophy anymore. Or even maybe the carbine philosophy, you know, like a takedown for the 9mm or the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. Man, I really been thinking about this because, again, you know, the AR pistols are so small that I could carry a 5.56 caliber. I don't know, man. You brought a good point, and I've been thinking about it. Real Cobra Burnout said the caliber evade will range forever. No doubt, man. No doubt. I'm a 9mm guy. 9mm is the way to go. People would say, well, if you want to shoot him once, shoot him with a 357. So, yeah. Chen says, JH6 Mattel is a 40 fan. Really? Yeah, man. You know that. And also a Glock fan. I really think he doesn't like ZZ pistols. I really don't. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? And I think I said this to Mattel. I put the MMP9 core on layaway. And the only reason why I haven't taken it out is because this month I'm going to take a vacation with the wife finally after a year. We're going to go away for a couple of days. So obviously I got to pay that hotel bill. So I haven't taken it out yet. But the only reason why I picked the MMP9 core over the ZZ P07 was because the slide is cut. So the MMP9 core comes with the slide cut. And I want to review RMRs and things like that. I want to review pistol sights. I want to get into that. So that's the only reason. But I've been dying to get a PO7 for a long time, man. Alright. Let's see. Jimmy said, do you have a favorite online gun shop to buy from? Not really, brother. Not really. Not a fan of any places yet. Chance says, I shoot 40 and 45, then go to 9, and it feels like it is so easy. I feel the same way, man. I like the 9, man. I could shoot the 9 all day long. 357 is great indeed, no doubt. Jimmy said, I miss the main prepper. I hope he's well. Me too, man. What a great guy with solid information. Remember, he used to have the main prepper channel. He also had the other channel that was like a radio station kind of thing. Great information. I used to love watching it. I mean, the guy had good information, smart, educated. Obviously, a special forces, army guy. So just a ton of knowledge, man. Ton of knowledge. Big shout out to Jonathan. Thanks, brother. The real Cobra Burnout says, carry what you're comfortable with and shoot the best. Don't worry about others' opinions that you did not seek out in the first place. No doubt, man. So many people with opinions here, man. So, let me see. Yeah, you know, L22A says, I was watching one of the main preppers reruns yesterday. I did a search for him, and it's actually a channel called Main Prepper Reruns. And it has a lot of his videos. I don't know how the guy got him or not, but there's a lot of the videos there that he used to have. So that was kind of nice, knowing that the information is still there, you know. All right, let me see. Jonathan says, my church approved concealed carry in Texas. Good, man. And if it doesn't, find a different church. I said that in the past. Yeah. If you haven't watched the video that I did here with Pastor Chow about a Christian carrying a gun, you have to. I mean, it's one of the best videos that I've seen regarding this topic. I mean, Pastor Chow just brought it down, the Word of God. It was fantastic. Again, one of the best videos that I've seen in this topic. I mean, I loved it, you know. Let me see. Okay, I'm missing a bunch of comments. I apologize for that. It's getting, the comments are getting crazy. I can't keep up. But let me see. All right, if anybody has any final questions, let me know. And I answer some of this last questions here. I appreciate that everybody that is watching. You guys support it. It's just fantastic. You guys are awesome. I've been streaming for an hour and 22 minutes. It's 1:41 in the morning. And I had to get up. I think the wife told me to wake her up at 9:15 so we could get ready for church. But it's just awesome. I love doing this stuff. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's support. Let me know if you have one of the last comments here, and we definitely will address that. If you haven't checked out the family channel, it's linked down below, the Rosado Bunch. And like I said, different side of me, you know, it's not about guns. It's not about none of this stuff. It's just me and my family, you know, my wife, my children, you know, things like that. And I love doing that channel too. I started to do it months ago, and then I kind of stopped, and then we started doing it again because I miss it. And quite frankly, I'm having more fun in that channel than in the JH6 channel. I love spending time with my family. So, let's see. Alright. Captain Savage says, great channel. Keep up the awesome work. I hit you up on Patreon. Have a good night. Awesome, dude. I appreciate that. Obviously, if you want to support the channel, you can support me on Patreon. Don't really support me on the super shot stuff. People say, "Oh, give money in the super shot." Don't give me money on that stuff. That stuff YouTube takes like 30% out of that money. That's ridiculous. YouTube is a bunch of criminals. All they do is take your money. So, the Jinger Gun guy says by JH6. I am in Florida. I'd love to meet you. What part, man? Gregory says, Jarhead, do you see the new M&P Shield 380 Easy? Dude, I saw an email that was sent to one of the local stores here, and I opened the email. I didn't even know. I was like, what? I think it's fantastic. I think the Shield is one of the best concealed carry firearms for the money. I mean, you can find them for like $300 and you get a magazine with 7 rounds and a magazine with 8 rounds. You could get it with no 9 mil. We're talking now. We could get it with a safety, with no safety. Some people want a safety. Totally get it. You know, mine has a safety because I bought it when I had a safety. I mean, you can find a holster for it. You can find size. The M&P Shield is one of the best guns for the money for concealed carry. Shoots well. It's just a great platform, and if you really like it, you could go up to the M&P 9. M&P, I got an M&P 45. I mean, I own 3 MMPs. So again, you know, fantastic firearm. So 380 is going to be interesting. I don't even know what's the capacity on it. Chances YouTube is criminals. LOL. That's funny. All right. So anyway, sometimes I said things that I don't even know. I don't even know if I should have said on that. M&P Shield, great gun. If you want to buy one, buy it. I mean, it's just a fantastic gun. Again, appreciate you guys watching, guys. I mean, you guys are fantastic, and really appreciate the support you guys giving to the channel. Really, it motivates me to really continue to do things. It really does. You know, this thing is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of motivation. So when I see guys in here like, you know, Jinger Guy, Chance, the Real Cobra Burnout, Jimmy, Mattel, Gary, you know, all those guys in here, it just motivates me to continue to push forward. It really does, and I appreciate you guys' support. I love this country. You know, this country is awesome. Really do love this country, love the nation, love our troops, love God. I mean, it's just a fantastic place to be, and I love sharing that with you guys. I think I'm getting kind of sentimental. but again, I appreciate the support. Stay tuned. I got a lot of videos coming up, and as always, guys, God is in control.